Hello everybody, and welcome back to Metroid Prime 4. I just got back from a circus. It was a cheap $10 circus, but still a pretty cool one. Unexpectedly, they had elephants and other animals. The elephants were, I think, the only exotic ones, though. They had ponies, but they only brought those out during intermission for kids to ride. You know the double ring thing that acrobats tend to do, or it's two rings on the end of a huge pole? Yeah, I got to see poodles do that. I don't think I've ever seen dogs as well trained as those poodles. For the ring and for like a couple other things. But yeah, Jordan World's Glow Circus, I think it was called, something like that. Neat little thing. Had fun. Anyway, last time we completed the Volt Forge, got our motorbike, drove around the desert doing crystal breaking nonsense, and we got this thing. And the charge shot. And now we're in a cold place. I'm in my element with this episode. Let's move forward. So I already asked in the previous stream, but how is everybody doing? Cryopod, airtight container installed with independent cooling systems for preserving an organism at extremely low temperatures. Its circuitry is exposed. Not too bad, cool. Grapple crane, used for heavy-duty loading and unloading. Its claw attachment grabs and moves cargo. Tempered glass fractured in several places. Structural integrity weakened. A powerful impact will shatter it. Grapple crane control terminal. Controls the crane. Currently offline. It draws power from the linked spinner. And what can we find up here? Maintenance gate. Central sensor automatically releases if exposed to beam energy. The gate has sensors on both sides. I like that the windows are frozen. Maintenance gate. Center sensor damaged. The lock cannot be disabled from this side. Rear side sensor remains functional. The lock can be released from the other side. Oh, wait a minute. I need that. You see Samus back there? Hold on a minute. I want to try something. Can I shoot myself in the face? What happens? Nothing. Darn, they couldn't even bother to make me take damage from myself. Oh well. Well, don't this thing look Giger-esque? Geiger-esque? I always forget how it's pronounced. I've heard both. I think it's Geiger, actually. Oh! Sweet. I didn't realize that bomb slot was there. That's just kind of hidden. That place is pretty. It's about to get really cool. Crustacean morphology, ice crawler, well adapted to freezing temperatures. It remains active even in low temperatures and possesses a relatively soft carapace covered in sharp thorns. Ice crawlers are land-dwelling crustaceans found in several areas of ice belt. They are well adapted to the frigid climate and can naturally prevent their cells and fluids from freezing using chemicals such as glucose. Though they are covered in spines, the shell beneath is not very durable and can be penetrated by standard firearms. Ice crawlers do not actively hunt, and instead feed on bugs and small animals that happen to collide with their spines. How do they get them off the spines? Because of this passive approach to predation, they move constantly, albeit within a limited area. Countless sharp spines on their legs provide traction, allowing them to attach themselves to bedrock and move along ice walls. Are those the spines it was talking about that they eat off of? Interesting little buggers. Look at him! He moves like a little hedgehog. Oh, I love him. Passage blocked by a large ice formation. The ice has thickened over time, becoming part of the wall. Requires extreme heat to clear. I made it all the way over here before I figured out... And I roamed around the desert for a bit before I figured out how to get this thing. Off-grid LED guide light. Fuses oxygen and hydrogen from the surrounding environment, generating heat, light, and electricity. It's hard to believe there's a desert, like, on the other side of this wall. Then again, I guess we did get here by bike, didn't we? Capsule capturing platform. Catches arriving cargo capsules. A scanner built into the floor confirms if cargo arrives safely and intact. What an odd place for cargo catching, with this wall right here. The cryopod appears to have been abandoned. Its cooling system lost power and failed. Welcome to the Ice Belt. What an imposing yet beautiful place. With a wonderful view of the sun. Or perhaps it's a silver moon. Hard to say with how dark the sky is, but probably the sun. Cryopod transport system. Cable transport system that runs between the laboratory and the crane loading area. Non-operational. I'm just enjoying this. Ooh, look at that. Look at that light ray right there. That's neat. It would be so cool if I was expected to explore amongst these mountains rather than just this laboratory down here. Man, these are the kinds of environments I want to adventure in. At least in regards to video games. In real life, I don't think I would survive it, but... That's a little too many cliffs and sharp rocks. Scoutbot. We've seen these. Emits ultrasonic waves from overhead to detect and map the positions of valuables in the area. An electric shock will activate it. Cryopods abandoned after their delivery truck overturned. Battery charge is 0%. Non-functional. Check out these exoskeletal wolves. Snow wolf. Carnivorous quadruped living in the frigid regions of Ice Belt. A canis morphology, I just noticed that. Living in the frigid regions of Ice Belt, a pack hunter that surrounds its prey, its cold natural habitat makes it ill-suited to warm climates. The snow wolf is a quadrupedal creature native to the frigid ice belt. Carnivorous hunters, they patrol their territory in packs of several dozen. Upon finding prey, they will surround it to prevent escape, whereupon groups of especially ferocious young males will take turns attacking, one after another. Once their prey has fallen, they typically feast in a hierarchical order, starting with the alpha, with a portion reserved for pregnant females and the pack's youngest members. High metabolism enables their bodies to generate heat very efficiently, enabling long treks across their territory. Unfortunately, this means they struggle to adapt to hot environments and will succumb quickly if confronted with high-heat weaponry. Cool to know. Seem to be dog dinos. Yeah, these things definitely go down quickly with high-heat weapons. Doesn't take much otherwise either. Of course, if I try to step out, they've made quite the whirlwind. Wonder what happens if I fire a charge shot into the crowd. Nothing. Now, something that's a little bit of a bummer that the game doesn't tell you is that this kind of just goes and goes and goes until you're almost dead. So, I'm just gonna let this happen for a little bit. Oh, did it move? Or did I get pushed out of it? I think the field is moving, just slightly. Of course, if this does kill me, then I guess I will actually have to fight my way through it until I'm low on ammo, too. You guys enjoying your howling over there? Am I actually gonna die to this? Because, yeah, when I did this before, I went until I ran out of ammo for everything. Wow, they actually kill me. Okay, I guess I really have to try there. And it just takes a while. Suit Integrity 0, life support system offline. You know, I think this is the first time I've seen the game over in this game. Alright, well now we know what that looks like. And now I know that I was wrong about that. I thought you just had to let it run its course, but I guess you actually do have to try to survive that. I don't know what the trigger is to end it then. Wow, they just kind of fade in, don't they? I do wish they were a little more aggressive. It's a timed fight? Oh, did you look it up? Ah, gotcha. Well, unless they really ramp it up in hard mode, it's not that hard of a fight, I'll admit. Mainly because the wolves step out and then pause and howl before they actually come after you. I think if they ran across and just swiped you without howling first, it would be a much more fun fight. Because then you'd be required to try and dodge and all that. Ow! I didn't see that one stop on the radar. Lock on, dang it. Yeah, they're definitely... a lot stronger against anything that isn't heat. Come on. Lock on, missiles! I could use some help. Why am I actually dying? There we go! That's kind of how it went the first time I played it, too. Why couldn't I do that? Why couldn't I fire into the abyss and get them? Also, hey Orange, glad you could make it. You made it just in time to see the cool thing. I think they expected you to try dodging anyway, so you don't run out of ammo. They're attacking like cats. I mean, I was trying to dodge, but it is really hard to dodge them when they lunge as soon as they get close. Because sometimes you'll get 3 of them lunging at you, and you can only dodge so fast. Small size cargo launcher, machine era shipping system. Loads supplies into reinforced capsules and launches them offline. Well, this is an annoying buzzing, but I like that it really makes it clear that you're about to die. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Samus is breathing real hard right now. Can you guys hear that? That's cool. I like that. That's a neat character feature. Large elevator for wheeled vehicles, used to lower container vehicles. It has an extremely high weight capacity, currently offline. Let's replenish. Check that out there. Crazy looking windmill. I forgot I actually did have the double jump now. Light maintenance tank, a smaller version of the regular maintenance tank, developed to perform tasks in narrow passages. Battery charges 0%. Conduit access hatch, used by maintenance tanks. The red light indicates it is offline and locked. Pod maintenance gate, currently offline, controlled by the main control terminal. Must be online to unlock. Data terminal, routes various kinds of data, currently offline. Accessible once power has been restored to the entire laboratory. Oh, over here. And here we have an electrical thing that I can't do anything about yet. Oh, was I supposed to go up there? Ah, yes, right there. I totally missed it. Ooh, look at this fog on the floor. Lamorne Healing Pod administers intensive care, currently offline. Main control terminal handles executive functions for the lobby and controls power to the pod maintenance gate. It can also provide access to a hologram schematic of the facility. This whole area is similar to the starting area. You mean the war zone we started with? Transport tube, a network for moving small cargo, currently offline. Yeah, well, it is both places were laboratories, so that makes sense. Security shutter isolates the beam turret from the control room. It cannot be unlocked while the turret is online.
All clear. I never thought I'd meet the legendary bounty hunter, Samus. In a place like this. Corporal Rieger Tokabi. Fed Sniper. Herc Unit Delta. It's good to finally cross paths with you. But tell me, where are we? We were deep in gunfire. I lost visuals, then woke with a busted comms unit and a leg to match. Now, I tried to access this terminal, but the only thing I could get operational was the gun. That's it. Then I see this here. What do you make of it?
This guy sounds like he's trying a little too hard to sound cool, but it's close enough. I still like him. Galactic Fed Sniper Rieger Tokabi, an infantryman and former hunter who specializes in long-range precision shooting. Armed with a KT-6116 short-to-long-range rifle with visor-linked scope. I would love to have a gun linked to a visor like that. I'd probably be a great sniper with something like that. Once a hunter working on remote worlds, he volunteered for Fed service in the hopes of finding stability. He enjoys solitude and dislikes working with others, always preferring to go on missions solo without a spotter. The Tokabi family has worshipped the god Solon for generations, Rieger included. He is never without his arrowhead-shaped talisman and strongly believes his continued survival is only because of its protection. Unfortunately, his beliefs are often in conflict with his missions and their use of his talents, which is a source of much loathing and personal strife. So, I wonder if he's supposed to be kind of the space Mormon? Access code approved, displaying hologram schematic of the laboratory. Hologram interactivity initialized.
Oh, you were able to activate this. A map of the facility. But it's corrupted.
What does that mean?
You want to go there. In that case, this elevator is the only way down. But the power is offline. One moment. There. That must be the generator room. I think we can bring it back to life. All right, you have the map. I'm no good with this leg, so I'll have to keep an eye on you from here. Luck be with you.
Map data for this area has been downloaded. There's parts of the map that are all fuzzy, hence corrupted. Gotcha. I couldn't tell. Looks like a pretty sharp map to me. Oh, he's talking about these. Okay. I couldn't tell that they were blinking out without... well, while the camera was moving. Mechanism. Stowable rotating beam turret. Spherical cannon used for neutralizing wild animals. Uses nuclear fusion to generate piercing energy rounds. Fires up to 6,000 rounds per minute. I want to use that! Yes, it is, Tokabi. Let me use it! It's so cool! Ball turrets are terrifying, but they're so cool, man. Terrifying to be in, but also super cool, is what I mean.
I'll keep an eye on things. Least I can do.
Currently online, so we can go through here now. Safety hatch for cryopod transport, designed to open as a pod passes through. Its metals have deteriorated and begun to warp. A strong shock will destroy it. Well, down we go. That looked like an oddly slow fall, just slightly. Airtight container installed with independent cooling systems for preserving an organism at extremely low temperatures. Can operate on minimal power. So as you might expect, with this place being a laboratory, there's going to be a lot of stuff to scan. Snow roach, a creature with a flat, soft carapace. Able to live in cold environments due to its high body temperature, though its volatile body will explode on contact. Snow roaches are omnivorous arthropods found indoors or underground in cold climates. They form large groups and upon finding food will secrete a pheromone that draws more of their kind. The shell on their back is bioluminescent, creating a beacon for them to gather around in dark places. Their body fluids contain antifreeze proteins, fortifying them against low temperatures. They also have a high intracorporeal pressure, goodness, what a word, which raises their body temperature but causes them to burst at the slightest impact. Apparently that's the thing when animating falls. Most are animated much faster than actual falling because viewers think it's too slow. Huh. I wouldn't know. Ice that has thickened over time. It can be melted using high-temperature tools. You know, I think there was a game theory once that determined that Ezio in the Assassin's Creed games actually fell twice as fast as he should when he leaps into a bale of hay. Ah, right. Found that out watching an Overlord playthrough that had one of the programmers commenting on it. Neat! Let me scan you! Huh, that one got far. Well, I screwed that up. Gotta love the shriek bats, yep. At least those ones weren't shrieking, though. They kind of just float at you. They don't even really zoom at you, either. I was just unlucky with the scans there. Oh, look, more. Yay! Dartwing! Bat variant with evolved arm and leg patagia? Zelda Shake, look that word up for me. This creature will suspend its hind legs, then glide through the air to attack its prey. I should say please. Sorry. The Dartwing is a Chiroptera variant adapted to freezing climates. The claws at the tips of their feet are used to dig into protrusions or grade differences, enabling them to hang upside down to rest. To reduce the energy expense of bodily thermoregulation, they live in caves or abandoned buildings where fewer variances in temperature and humidity are likely to occur. They are nocturnal and have poor vision, and instead use hearing to perceive their surroundings. If they detect the sound of an intruder in their territory, they will attempt to glide down and crash into the invader using their evolved patagium. Once in flight, their trajectory will take them to the location of the original sound, meaning if their target moves quickly enough, Dartwings will instead collide with walls or other objects and perish. You'd think they'd follow sounds instead of go for the first one they hear. What if the first sound they hear actually comes from one of their own? Then again, I guess they'd recognize that. Membranous, skin-covered folds of tissue in animals that facilitate gliding or flying. So basically, bat wings. Loading platform. Loads cryopods brought in from outside onto rails for distribution. Or flying squirrel skin, yes. And it was Patagia? Was it? I've already forgotten what the actual word was. Lab security door controls access to vital experimentation samples and other dangerous items. Currently locked. Locks can be managed collectively from the control room. And voice to text did not like the word. Oh dear, how did it pronounce it? Or how did it spell it, rather? Ruptured pipes in the wall have led to frozen liquid obstructing the door's control hologram on this side. The door can be opened only from the other side. What, I can't melt it with my supernova cannon? It tried to give me potato instead. Blood is potatoes. Psychic lock unit, developed during the Psychic era. Blocks passages with a wall of psychic energy. These locks can be released using collected TK codes. Which I do not have right now, so I'm not even going to try. I did try when I first came through this area. Despite the fact that you can see something going on, you cannot actually complete the pattern without the codes. Lasso lock. Floor security terminal controls security systems on this floor. Currently offline. A linked activation device is nearby. Cool that it's got the hook on the front. They usually do. It's just hard to get close to such things to see it. But yeah, definitely very cool that they put that hook there. It's also nice that it's not a weirdly obnoxiously large hook. Shows the locations and current state of security doors on this floor. Currently offline. Bomb slot encased in ice. The slot will function normally once the ice is melted. Accessing decrypted file. Research diary, day 1. Endeavor. My name is Targon, and I am a researcher at this facility. I am writing this to have a record of my experiments. When the great tragedy occurred, many fled the danger within the research center. However, at the guidance of Priest Chatoya, a few of us stayed in order to perform analysis of and experiments on Griever anatomy. Our hope is to reverse the transformation by administering a solution of processed green energy to subjects brought to the facility. I want to believe we can succeed. And that already makes me think Zelda Sheik might be right. I also like that they're off, but as you scan them, what seems to be a holographic laptop turns on. It's kind of neat. It's also slightly underwhelming, but whatever. There we go. I'm getting the order of button presses mixed up in my head. Like some kind of weird cue that I ordered incorrectly. Red indicates a door is locked, while green is unlocked. Ready for use, touching the hologram will release all locked doors. You know, I ate a hot dog at the circus with some fries, and I'm already getting hungry again. It's only been 3 hours.
Samus, you hear me?
I patched into the facility speakers. I can use them to communicate. I noticed that several rooms were unlocked at once. That was you, wasn't it? Nice. Proceed with caution. You never know what's lurking.
See, I like this guy. He's sensible. He doesn't overtalk. He just gives advice when it seems necessary. And confirms information. That's it. Alright. I should scan these doors. Lab security door. Room access is controlled by a terminal in biolab security. Once unlocked, this door can be opened by touching the hologram. You would probably be tech guy in this situation. The other guy's just a nervous talker. You mean this place would make you a nervous talker? I'd be an excited talker at a place like this. I'd be like, yo, this place is sick. Research sample containing a TK code. Hold on. Research sample FG004, GE dosage 0.5 GRE. Status no abnormal cell mutation or multiplication. FG021, 1.9 green energy. No abnormal effects from dosage increase. Being sucked into another world where everything is trying to kill me would make me a nervous talker. Oh, that for sure. Yes. We both identify with nerdy guy, for sure. Though I do recall that time we got on the wrong bus, and I was the nervous talker, and you told me to shut up. Cell multiplication is within normal value range. But yeah, I was thinking, if I got familiar with this world and how to navigate it, and then I found this place, I'd be like, heck yeah. I get quiet when I'm upset, especially when someone is around. Yeah, that's fair. Cryopods awaiting maintenance inspection. Cryopod under repairs. Cooling device found to be defective. Its circuitry must be replaced. Cryopod repairs and parts replacement complete. Awaiting final check at the inspection table. Passing this check will result in redeployment. Cryopods awaiting final examination. Pods will be redeployed if all maintenance checks pass. Task arm for performing internal and external repairs on cryopods, including circuitry replacement and cooling system upkeep. Accessing encrypted file, research diary, day 39, security. Cryopods containing subjects are arriving at the lab almost daily. The pods put them into cold hibernation and maintain minimal life functions. Operation of the cooling equipment has been deemed absolutely essential, so the system has been designed to continue functioning even if the entire facility were to fall into low power mode. Similarly, thorough inspection and repair of cryopods is one of our highest priority tasks. DNA sample storage case. Stores and displays airtight vials containing Nova DNA. Scanners are built into the vial holders to monitor the samples. Nova DNA sequencer. Lamorne device for complex genetic sequencing. Sequencing? What is wrong with me? Used to identify organisms and analyze genetic mutations. Tunnel for maintenance tanks. Connects to tracking operations across the hallway. Cover conceals a ventilation shaft. Its metals have deteriorated in the extreme cold and can be shattered by a strong impact. Connects to the adjacent room. I wonder what it looks like to see a metal that has just been in the cold for so long that it degrades. Whoops. Look at this tunnel. This is a very chilly-looking tunnel. It reminds me of the tunnels on Hoth in Episode 5 of Star Wars. Lock unit, lasso, Lamorne-made locking system. The lock is designed to be pulled off. Bit weird that that one was yellow when I already scanned one. Maintenance lift currently offline. Bomb slot fitted with a security cap. The cap must be removed before use. I like that they made these ones smaller since we've only seen the mini maintenance droids. Yeah, that's true. Tracks used by maintenance tanks, equipped with a latch point, allowing them to be pulled down. Gee, I wonder what we're getting in this room. But hold on. Accessing encrypted file. Research diary day 21. Gifts. Priest Chatoya wants to install something in this room. Apparently, it will be a gift to the one who will become our savior at some point in the future. But do we not need a savior right now? If our efforts are not the priority, then do the Lamorne have a future? All we can do right now is continue the experiments and believe that we will see results. I pray for the day when I can leave this dark, freezing lab and walk under the sun again. Indeed. What happens if I let go while I'm doing that? Does it start me over? Yep. That symbol almost looks like a musical symbol of some kind. And here we have the Psychic Lasso. Enhances control over psychic energy, allowing it to be coiled into a rope. This rope can physically grab onto objects and pull them. So basically, I have telekinesis given form now. Call me Sabrina. That is a Pokemon reference, not a Teenage Witch reference, by the way. While using ZL to aim, use L to attach the Psychic Lasso, then pull. L being the joystick. Ah, right, I have to actually press the thing. Yeah, I get a little chatty when I'm... I get chatty when I'm nervous, though I can shut myself up if I know that talking is going to be a problem. Like if I'm trying to hide from something. I think I only get chatty if I'm nervous and with somebody, because I like talking to people. But when there's a situation that I deem to be a problem, I also have a natural habit of trying to find a solution to it. I think that's more just a guy thing in general, I'm not sure. I broke the ice. Couldn't melt the ice, but I could just break it with a door that probably wasn't made to do that. You get chatty when you're tired? That's interesting. I'm used to the other way around. I think I tend to get real quiet when I'm tired. I also get quiet when I'm, like, grieving. Like, if I'm really sad or I was gonna say something else and I lost it. But yeah, if I feel really bad about something, then I get quiet. You're right, I did pull down the tracks. Give me a moment. Sample vial containing a TK code. It's weird that they slow it down when you're getting close. I don't know why they bother. Like, it's to show you you're getting close, of course, but, like, there's better ways to do that. It seems weird. Sample G486, sequence state incomplete, host state stable. Shot expansion, heck yeah. Increased by 10. Now I go back. Hope I'm not making you guys dizzy. That's the one I just came through. Was there anything else back here? The way my reticle frames that is there's something about that I really like. I both like and dislike that you have to do the handprint to open the doors here. I think it's just this hallway. Because those are the ones that are not behind a psychic lock. I kind of wish this was set up so you couldn't cross the same line twice.
Whatever you're doing, it's working. Keep it up.
Yeah, I actually like the handprint doors. It makes sense for a security system. And the assumption here is just that Samus's suit is able to interact with it somehow. But imagine otherwise it was fingerprint detection or something. I think that'd be neat. It is canon. Samus's suit is a phenomenal hacking device. Ad break starting soon, by the way. Light maintenance tank, a smaller version of the regular maintenance tank, developed to perform tasks in narrow passages. The light maintenance tank is a smaller model that was developed to perform repairs and other work in pipes and passageways, too narrow for its standard counterpart. They were mainly deployed to the Biological Research Facility in Ice Belt. While being smaller and lighter allows for faster movement than the standard model, this comes at the cost of having weaker armor. However, if threatened, they are fitted with the same standard welding beam and are also able to emit a high-voltage shock at close range. I like it because it makes sense that the scientists in this area would not be carrying any weaponry, but it's annoying that it takes a cutscene each time. It's not really a cutscene, I would say. And I think it's also, like I said, I think it's also a security system not just for weaponry, but for the fact that that's the part that's not locked behind the psychic lock. So they needed a different kind of security system to make sure anyone authorized but unable to get through the psychic lock could still have some work to do or something. Because these people were psychic, but that doesn't mean they were all psychic. Imagine having to climb that hallway. This one? Yeah, I guess that is quite the slope, isn't it? And granted, it wouldn't be this frozen when it's in normal operation. Maybe it had stairs or something, but... yeah, Samus must have really good boots to not be sliding down here. That's a good idea for my riding, though. A tunnel that you can't climb up. Because it's too frozen. I'll have to remember that. Lemorne-made stretcher. Its 2 wheel sizes reduce resistance, allowing for easy and smooth rotation. That's an interesting wheel structure. Lemorne-made stretcher. Frame warped by its fall. Wheel rotation unaffected. It will function properly if its safety switch is disabled. Security gate malfunctioning. Circuits are torn and it is not receiving any current. The gate material is otherwise indestructible. I suddenly want to go see the Winnie the Pooh movie again because I'm reminded of the bit where Pooh got stuck in a zone with sloped walls and he couldn't climb out. I don't remember anything about that except that that part struck me really hard as a kid for some reason. Tempered glass is cracked in several places. A strong impact will shatter it. Accessing encrypted file. Research diary. Day 57. Anxiety. Green energy dosage results show no significant benefits at this time. Essentially, a rapid increase in cellular proliferation speed and a doubling of the number of cells increases growth and affects vitality. But why has this vector taken such an abnormal turn? And what can be done to shift it back to its original direction? Our time is limited and I'm worried about our remaining stockpiles. What? What brought that up? Ad break. Ah, save point. I almost forgot about that glass, even though I scanned it. Zelda Sheik, what's with the can you not thing? It's funny, but I think I'm missing some context. Test capsule with temperature control function. Contains samples of a poisonous liquid. Test capsule with temperature control function. Contains a body tissue sample. Contains a blood sample. A TK code. Contains a prototype medicine. Alright, what have we got here? Zelda Sheik, is your ad over? Transport cart has clamps for fastening containers and specialized omni wheels for improved maneuvering. Excuse me. Part of the cryopod rail system, the column secures and releases pods for distribution. It is linked to the loading platform. Hello. Research Diary, Day 138. Attempt. We were so close! It seemed like we had succeeded in disabling the problematic genes, and also resetting the cells, causing the rapid proliferation process to replicate normal genetic information and restore their state. However, for some reason, we were unable to stabilize it. The subjects reverted. Right now, I want to check over the genetic analysis to see if there were any problems in our process. I do not want the setback to have been for nothing. Discourse between the rabbit and Piglet when everyone but Piglet are trapped in a hole. Ah. Equipped with life preservation systems able to keep specimens dormant semi-permanently. Switches to an internal battery if disconnected from power. Pod storage crane travels vertically along rails on the walls, managing cryopods containing Griever specimens. Stored pods remain operational while the facility is in low power mode. To extract a specimen, first socket its pod, then open the hatch by touching the hologram. I'm starting to reach that point where I'm zoning out while reading things. Ice is thickened over time and can be melted using high-temperature tools. Laboratory heavy door comprises 5 parts with a sensor in its center. It is much stronger than standard doors, even though the other doors are already indestructible. Storage bay cryopod terminal opens the hatch of a socketed cryopod currently offline. Bulk cryopod storage. All pods functioning normally while in low power mode. Research Diary, Day 205. Limit. 205 was the name of an apartment I once lived in. Or the number of the apartment, rather. Since the lab experiments began, several subjects have been brought in each day. The lab is close to capacity, and tragically, countless brethren have lost their lives while securing these subjects. I think we should stop gathering subjects, if only because our restoration experiments have thus far been unsuccessful. Oh! I didn't realize they physically explode on death. I thought that was just a death animation. Well, that door does open a little more heavily than the other doors. I like it. Can't do anything in here yet, though. They've only got so many lab rooms, and yet they built this massive cryopod system that goes all over the place, including entirely outside the laboratory range. I have to wonder why. Who's going out there and putting bodies into cryopods way out in the middle of nowhere and then sending it off to the lab? How did they even know they'd need to put the cryopods out there? Can be reconfigured to work as an operating table. The mat is made of a hardened gel material. Specimen thawing station. Doesn't look very thawed to me. The capturing live subjects. Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Quickly and safely resuscitates frozen specimens without returning them to consciousness. Research Diary Day 117. Breakthrough. So we're going backwards from the previous one or two entries. We may have had a breakthrough today. Until now, we presumed that the physical transformation was triggered by something in the crystals causing compositional change in the GE, which would in turn cause an abnormality in gene transcription. Yet, that is not the case. In actuality, an unused region of the brain linked with the crystals is stimulated, and as a result, genes that would normally have stayed pseudogenes were transcribed. I now wonder, are we unlocking a blocked evolutionary branch? This would mean the Great Tragedy was merely one possible evolution of one potential future. So with that in mind, what would happen if, when administering GE, we disabled those genes at the moment that the rapid cellular proliferation is triggered? There should be sufficient value in attempting this to justify altering the Balsale system's programming. So I guess it sounds like they discovered there were two different paths of evolution that they could have taken, and at some point the Lemorne reverted to the other path, which was much more feral rather than intelligent. Which is very cool sci-fi gene writing, I gotta say. Used for extracting DNA for experimentation. Unused DNA sample storage case. They got purple DNA samples over here. Hello, bugs. Ooh, hold on a sec. Nope, this button. It sounds like there's a cancer-type situation going on where dormant genes are taking over ones that were once considered healthy. Maybe. I was thinking more like dormant well, yeah, I guess something like that. Dormant genes are awakening and overpowering the healthy ones, but these genes happen to be linked to an entirely different evolutionary line, so rather than simply killing them, it's causing them to transform into mindless beasts. Very, very cool. In terms of writing concepts, anyway. Ventilation shaft fitted with a security cap. The cap must be removed with physical force. A ventilation fan is active inside. Oh. Is that the cap I just yanked off? It's broken? I can go in circles here. Whee! Can I take damage if I bounce into the fan? Nope. What a neat little space. Alright, what is this coolness? Balsale system. Primarily used to perform experimental autopsies. Autopsies! Gosh dang it. Online, activation will set it to operating mode. Lamorne-made operating table. Uses a gravity tuning device inside the padding to stabilize specimens without the need for restraints. Recording camera drone. Developed to autonomously record video, including medical procedures. A powerful impact has rendered it non-functional. Another stretcher. Its two wheel sizes reduce resistance, allowing for easy and smooth rotation. Currently configured to function as an operating table. Oh. Storage shutter. It appears to have stopped mid-activation. Indeed it did. Access code approved. Autopsy systems activated. Storage mode disabled. Operating mode initialized. What a crazy looking system. Active Balsale system containing a TK code. Its ultra-high-performance multiprocessor and 145 installed surgical tools accommodate many types of complex surgery, not just autopsies. Neat! I can't decide if it looks scary or calming as far as medical devices go. It's got so many things, but none of them are all that sharp. Gonna need to bring the sniper here to fix his leg. You know what? I don't remember if I thought of that or not, but no, unfortunately not. That might have been a good idea, though. Samus should have thought of that. Then again, maybe I will much later in the game. I don't know. Didn't think about it, I guess. Research sample storage capsule. Liquid appears to be a sedative variant. Uh-oh, I'm getting yawny. Or Tech Bro gets hurt. Research diary, day 81. So now we're going back again. Awakening. The subject is in hibernation in the cryopod, and its metabolism is at minimum levels. Unfortunately, we are unable to perform the experiments we'd like with the subject in this state. If the subject's metabolic function is inactive, a reversal of its rapid cellular proliferation cannot occur. First, we must wake the subject and restore its normal metabolic function. This also means restoration of consciousness, so appropriate sedation will be crucial. Recovery pod B1 JUTRD31. Jutrid? You gotta feel for the scientist, right? Used to place specimens in stasis and heal damage to their internal organs. Pod now in low power mode. A1 Spider 07. Griever enclosed after an experimental Lamorne restoration procedure. Are they called Grievers because the Lamorne grieve their existence? B2 Peel VBF70. Plavabath. Used to place specimens in stasis and heal damage to their internal organs. Specimen Griever is alive and preserved. This one's broken. CPGGB-18. Pod glass destroyed. Cell culture and preservation liquid has leaked. Life signs of the Specimen Griever have ceased. Wikib 25. Used to place specimens in stasis and heal damage. All readings from Specimen Griever read normal. Surti 86. Specimen Griever's metabolism currently a minimum. Recovery Pod Management Terminal tracks the state of the contained specimen and sends data to a remote database. Operates normally in low power mode. Check out the maintenance tanks just chilling out on the window. Wonder if it's just Pod B2 and the rest of it references the name of the Griever before they turned. That's what I was thinking. Monitor and stand by while low power mode is active. Ice that is thickened over time. It can be melted using high temperature tools. Oh, I'm yawning so much. Give me a second, folks. I'm gonna go get a snack and wake up a little bit. Feel free to take a bathroom break or something. What's up, Faceless? Why the I'm back, by the way. Oh, hold on. I'm bored. Oh, well, I'm sorry I'm boring you. Or are you just joking about my absence? I'm bored because you were gone so long. I was only gone like 5 minutes. And I gotta say, when it comes to flavored chips, nothing beats Nacho Doritos. Security gate sealed, releasing the lock unit attached to the rear side will allow it to open. 5 minutes in heaven. Sounds more like 5 minutes in hell for you. Dipped in ketchup? I've never tried that. That sounds weird. I've never heard of someone dipping flavored chips in ketchup. You know, so many things work with ketchup, and I think most people don't realize it's actually just the ketchup that they like. Have you ever had straight ketchup? Because I did once. I was stupid hungry in middle school once. I don't know why. But it's like, I ate lunch and I was still starving. And so, before I went into my next class, I found the condiments cart and just ate a small handful of ketchup. And that was the day I realized, oh, I don't know that I like French fries and ketchup together. I think I just like ketchup. And I tried fries without the ketchup and was like, yeah, I really like French fries without the ketchup. About as much as I like them with the ketchup, but when I have them with the ketchup drowns out the flavor of the fries. Until I can no longer taste the ketchup. A minute in heaven is a million years here. Remember that meme? I don't know if it's really that much of a meme. It's like kind of a confirmed thing, I think, if the Bible stuff is accurate. But yeah, I have to wonder how many people think they like something with ketchup, but they actually just like the ketchup flavor with that texture. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. A window shutter used for ventilation. The slats are damaged. A strong shock will destroy them. Wrong shock. Boop. I meant to hit them with missiles, but I forgot to switch to missiles first. Used to hate ketchup. I used to like ketchup more than I do now. I still like ketchup. I don't hate it at all. I just don't eat anything with it all that much anymore, except burgers and hot dogs. Really. Research sample storage capsule. Contains a blood sample. And that one's actually red. Always had to have it with something. Accessing encrypted file. Research diary. Day 97. Analysis. Yeah, I usually eat ketchup with things, but there have been a few times in my life where I ate it by itself for whatever reason. And it's like, oh, I just actually like ketchup. I never really eat anything where it seems like the ketchup blended into the flavor of what I was eating with it. We are monitoring subjects who have had GE administered here. Regardless of GE concentration, there do not appear to be any significant differences. We see regeneration without an apparent mutation to alter the cells. Furthermore, no matter how deep our analysis, we have yet to see any apparent chromosome abnormalities. It is almost as if they are natural creatures. Put another way, if we were to judge based on DNA, there are no significant differences between them and us. What is going on? I think this was before they found the dormant gene thing going on. They're like, wait, why do the Grievers have, like, the same DNA as we do? What's happening? So this is a weird memory that I might be remembering entirely wrong. But I think a long, long time ago, when I was a little baby kid, Disneyland had a section about, like, The Little Mermaid or something. And I think I remember they had, like video computer things that you could peer into. And I think I remember they looked a little bit like this. Like, they were thick shell things that you looked into to see the video. But yeah, this just reminds me of, like, seashell computers or similar structures in various games and movies. Does look rather marine, yeah. Oh, I actually could break that. Oh yeah, I forgot. For some reason when you break these things, they start making weird radio static noises. I hope this noise doesn't give anybody a headache. Griever specimen. No life signs detected. Cryopod cell culture and preservation liquid have leaked. Analysis implies extended neglect led to the specimen's death. I want to know what causes that noise, but I also want some kind of audio scientist to study that sound to see if they can find anything cool about it. Because that noise sounds really significant to me. Like, is it dead psychic waves trying to communicate? What is it? Why does it sound like that? And why am I missing two more codes? Is there something I was supposed to scan that I missed? I must have missed something. Wasn't there an ice block in the research shell with the red blood? You're right, there was, actually. Thanks for reminding me. I somehow only just noticed the compass underneath the minimap in the upper right. I never realized that was there. Neat. Oh! Check out the lights! 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights. My roommate, when we were at the circus earlier, he counted something on, like, his knuckles and his palm. Or, like, the spaces between his fingers and his palm. And I was like, what the heck you counting like that for, dude? And then he made a joke about counting with something else, and I made a joke about counting my ears, my eyes, and my nose to count to 5. Surveillance monitor containing a TK code. Well, there's one, so I'm still missing one more. Probably another frozen thing that I forgot to unfreeze. That's a cool shape. Monitor stabilizer broken, causing it to fall. Its power has been cut, disabling the display. Do you think this is what a TK code would sound like if you ran it through a spectrometer or something? since they are psychic codes. Yeah, that really sounds like something is trying to communicate. I got the one out of this. That doesn't work anymore. These don't work anymore. So it's nothing to do with this room. Was it in that first hallway? Do I need to break these, maybe? I doubt it, but... I keep getting this jump trigger and the missile button mixed up. Alright, it's gotta be something in here. Or behind these? No. It's nothing this way. So yeah, it's gotta be something in here that I missed. Ah! This one's on. That's what I missed. Oh, they're both on. It was just the middle one that's off, and I didn't notice. Griever specimen. Battery depletion ultimately led to specimen's death. It is frozen completely. See, this one also makes weird noises. And I can't tell if it's the cryopod or the specimen. I have to wonder if it's actually supposed to do that, or if it's a really weird audio glitch with the character models or something. It's been puzzling me since the first time I came through here. Completely frozen due to the drop in the laboratory's temperature. No life signs detected. Okay. Aha! No? Power's off. I guess not. Well, I thought I was onto something. What am I missing? Thaw the ice where the roaches are? You know what? I probably scanned that. Yeah, I was looking for things I hadn't scanned yet. I totally spaced that I probably had already scanned it from outside the room. Thank you, Zelda Sheik. There it is. Ah, I feel like a dunce. Look at that cool bird mask formation. Everybody loves a plague doctor. Battery depletion led to specimen's death. The drop in room temperature caused it to freeze afterward. Now this whole room is full of radio screeching. I don't remember for sure, but I think my first time coming through this place, that actually made me jump. I don't usually get spooked by pipes exploding, though, so I don't remember. I came up with a really dumb joke on my way to the circus earlier. If you were to put dressing on a pile of hay for a horse, would you put ranch, horseradish, or Worcestershire? I guess horseradish is a type of radish, though, isn't it? Research diary, day 214. All right, this is the newest one we found yet. Resignation. Our resources are running very low, and we are almost out of the chemicals needed for research and experiments. At the same time, progress remains at a standstill. Naturally, there is a rising sense of panic and resignation. We cannot hope for more chemicals to arrive, and if we use up what we have before the experiment succeeds... No, even if it succeeds, and with what we have left, and we are losing researchers, everyone is likely thinking the same thing.
Shamus, looks like you made it through another floor. You're getting close to the generator.
Contains vital medicines and experimentation equipment. Door sensor offline. Don't have anything official, but the consensus is that the noise from the dead grievers is a psychic screech lingering from what they used to be. Neat! That's kind of what I thought it might be at its least interesting. They do make a screech noise in the music when they show up. So... it could be. Sorry, little bugs. I forgot I might not need to kill you. Check this stuff out! Lightweight vertical wind turbines made to withstand the valley's severe winds. When the facility is in low power mode, wind power fulfills all energy needs. Look at this place out here. Ow! I didn't realize that. No, stop! Get. I couldn't turn off the scan visor. Okay. So I complained that I can no longer press the fire button to turn off the scan visor. It turns out that only is a problem if I hold the fire button. But if I just lightly press it, then it still does close the scan visor. I like that they thought of that. Ooh, look at these little things. Blue Krauk, Chiroptera variant that flies using their patagium wings. The leader guides their colony by emitting sound waves from their antenna. The Blue Krauk is a Chiroptera variant adapted to frigid climates. By flapping the wing-like membrane formed by their front legs as they glide, they are able to fly freely. To conserve stamina, they undulate their bodies to reduce air resistance, which allows them to fly for longer periods of time. Because, you know, it doesn't take energy to undulate. Their legs have degenerated, meaning they are unable to land or stand up. Once they take flight, they will continue to fly for as long as they are able, even sleeping while in flight by resting half of their brain at a time. I wish I could do that. Be half sleeping at work. They habitually form groups of around 20, including a leader who heads the group and directs the others using sounds from their antenna. They rely entirely on these sound waves, and should an obstacle suddenly appear in their path, and if the leader fails to make large enough movements to instruct the others to avoid it, they will simply collide with that obstacle. So they're a lot like the Shriek Bat things, but rather than roosting in one place and then targeting something for a suicide run, they just fly perpetually and use sound to navigate for some reason. Which, I don't know how useful that would be in a snowy wasteland covered in blizzards, but alright. Cargo gondola lift. Used for transporting cargo and research staff over the valleys below. Reinforced cables proof it against strong winds, currently offline. Why did you have to make it a cable lift? Why couldn't you just keep the tunnel going? I hate cable lifts. They terrify me. Especially with winds like that. I want that. I'm getting blown off the platform here. I definitely can't make it over there right now. Ah, something's going on with those. That's how I get over there. Man, look at those things go! Alright, sorry buddy, I can't have you in my way. I need to scan that while I can. Large shot ammo, restores 20. Psychic Grapple Point. Connection point for the Psychic Grapple. Swinging back and forth from it can generate momentum for point-to-point traversal. Psychic Grapple Points are fixed anchors of concentrated psychic energy for use with a Psychic Grapple and function similarly to standard Grapple Points. Before they can be used, they must first be materialized. However, without a Psychic Grapple, they cannot be used. Psychic Grapple Points are often arrayed across large gaps, requiring users to swing back and forth to generate the momentum for point-to-point traversal. I don't know if I noticed these before, but I don't think I can use them currently. I have the Psychic Lasso, not the Psychic Grapple. Which you would expect to be the same thing, but somehow they're not. No! Dang it, I messed that up. The wind showed up at the perfect time. Oof. The anchor chain joiner connecting the wind turbine to the rock wall is damaged. A strong shock will break it. Because it was so obvious that that would work. Then again, I guess there is that chain on the other side. She only needed it to lean part way. Oh my gosh, this would be so terrifying for me. I don't know if I could be convinced to run or hold on for dear life, because my legs would be... I would say jelly, but they'd be more like liquid at that point. My natural fear of heights would have ignited way before I was walking across that. Actually being on it would just break me. Gondola control terminal currently offline. Ice covers the damaged section of a laboratory heavy door. The ice can be melted using high heat. A circuitry malfunction has rendered the door itself inoperable. I see you. So the missiles do not have enough range to hit more than one of them at a time. Got it. Enough explosion range, to be specific. Shutter linked to bomb slot. Activating the bomb slot will unlock the shutter. Bomb slot releases the linked shutter, currently offline. Yeah, I'm glad I decided to do this tonight instead of when there were only 2 hours, because I've now been streaming for almost 2 hours, and we're only halfway through this place. Accessing encrypted file, research diary, day 289, records. There's little more we can do. Every experiment has ended in failure, and the results remain unchanged. If we put the facility into low power mode, it should remain intact for as long as there are maintenance tanks to look after it. We can leave behind our records, but will anyone ever see them? And if so, will they succeed where we could not? No, this is not the time for doubt. We must do everything we can. This thing is cool. What's this? Now these are neat. I like these. Data Archive Cluster 1, Cryogenic and Bioform Studies, Containment Unit Research and Development. So yeah, these things are data storage. Imagine if the inside of your computer looked like this. Data Archive Cluster 2, Captured Specimen Identification and Medical Records. Cluster 3, Treatment Examination, Saros 001-43, Y460, Y460410, Y460412. Data Archive Cluster 4, Psychic Experimentation and Genetic Transformation Research and Development. Why is this one, like, so numerical? Was that just the most successful and notable treatments or something? Contains data on past laboratory experimentation and research on bioforms, including recordings, currently offline. Cluster 5, video log backups of experimentation and treatment. Transport tube, a network for moving small cargo, currently offline. Ah, save point. I'm gonna save here and then take a second to eat this mac and cheese I made. Oh, perfect timing. An ad break starting in a few minutes. Well, almost perfect timing. I should have looked at the clock first before I took my little break here. Alrighty. Onward. Dumb joke time. If zombies made a military, would they be called the Corps or the Corpse? That buzzing makes me feel weird when doing nothing and listening to it the entire time. Yeah, it makes sense. Excuse me. Accessing encrypted file, researcher diary, day 293, query. We've finally reached the end of our resources. Tomorrow, we will abandon this lab and, at Chatoya's instruction, move to Chrono Tower, built in Soul Valley. We will not be able to save our brethren. Why could we not find a way to stabilize the Griever cells when they reverted to their Lamorne counterparts? What did we miss? I will ponder this for the rest of my life. Questions that stick around for your entire life and never get answered are the worst. I would know. I have unfulfilled questions that have been stuck in my head since I was a little kid. And goodness gracious, if a solution to answer them was ever found, there is so much I would do to get my hands on it. Ice wall blocking a path. It can be melted with high heat. Ice formation blocking a passage. The ice can be melted using high heat. So check this out. This thing's really cool. Generator maintenance slot. Used by maintenance tanks for turbine upkeep. Each turbine has its own dedicated slot. Lamorne-made magnetic turbine. Spins using a magnetic field created and sustained by the main generator. This generates enough electricity for the entire laboratory. So, kind of a perpetual motion machine? Main generator startup device, used to initiate turbine rotation, currently offline. Are there generators that can power themselves and still generate more electricity? Like, what if you made a regular water wheel turbine of some kind that could generate power, but then you build a pump loop of some kind to loop the water that goes through the wheel back around to the wheel again. And that pump system is powered by that generator. So then once you get it started, it can just keep going forever. Is that a thing? Or could it, if it's not a thing, could it be a thing? Bomb slot encased in ice. The generator startup device is activated by attaching it to a slot connector. Slot connector links the generator startup device to the bomb slot used for its activation. Can extend by pulling. Mobile ramp. The hatch can be activated from the link terminal, granting access to a lower level. Mobile ramp terminal currently offline. Starting the main generator will bring it online. Ooh. Hello. I see the ads have begun. Ad break ends in 17 seconds, apparently, but it sounds like that might be incorrect. Psychic Ball Track, only usable by one who has the Psychic Spider Ball. Once materialized, they can be traveled by adhering to them in ball form and rotating in the desired direction. Psychic Ball Tracks are pathways navigable only to those with the Psychic Spider Ball. Placed by Lemorne priests, these traces of psychic energy must be materialized before they can be used. A thin layer of psychic energy can then be given to a transformed sphere to adhere to those traces. This allows the sphere to move along the route, including along walls and ceilings, with ease. I don't think I have that, right? No. Ooh. That's trippy. Why does it do that? I'm not actually inside any of it. Mobile bomb slot can be pulled along the rail using physical force. Operates normally once attached to a slot connector. We have low power. Oh, I almost missed this. Day 294. Prayer. Just now, the main generator has stopped. This means that the boiler we use for heat will also stop. The temperature will drop, and I expect the facility will be frozen solid. The area will switch to low power mode, which uses wind energy. This should be enough to maintain operation of the cryopods in which our brethren sleep. I believe we have done everything we could here, but ultimately we could not save our kind. I am overwhelmed with helplessness. I trust the words of Tatoya, that someday our Savior will appear. All I can do right now is pray. I am Targon, and I am utterly defeated. Poor guy. He had the experience of being the heroic scientist that failed. Did you guys hear that Discord message just now? That boot-oop. Turbine hologram display shows the current state of the main generator turbine. All systems appear normal. Because, you know, you can't just look at it right there. Unless, of course, this turns red if there's a problem that's not visible to the naked eye. Welcome back, Zelda Sheik. Online and operational. Accessing the hologram will start the generator and begin turbine rotation. Were you able to make it back when before I read that log there, Zelda Sheik? No? Oh, no is in the Discord thing. I just got that. It says 12:11. It's currently 12:13 here, so... You did not get back before you read the log. Alright, give me a moment. Fan malfunctioning due to extended disuse. A strong burst of energy to the center will force this activation. Yeah, that there was the last log of Targon, I think was his name? Tagron? One of those two. At least relating to the laboratory. And yeah, they failed. It's a bit of a sad log. I recommend going back and reading it. I'm sorry, I thought you were back already. We have music, everybody. What a cool looking generator, too.
We're back on. Rendezvous up top and we'll talk next steps.
I lagged the game for a second there. Did you guys notice that? Gosh, I hope they add this suit into the next Smash Bros. As a skin for Samus. Or they could add Psychic Samus as a third playable Samus form. Not counting Zero Suit, which would actually be a fourth, I guess. Security gate, held by a clamp that can be removed only from one side. Pulling the clamp will unlock the gate. Wait, could I scan this too? No. I suppose I'll ask Zelda Sheik, do you want me to go back and reread that log or no? If you want to. Sure, why not? Just now, the main generator has stopped. This means that the boiler we use for heat will also stop. The temperature will drop, and I expect the facility will be frozen solid. The area will switch to low power mode, which uses wind energy. This should be enough to maintain our operation of the cryopods in which our brethren sleep. I believe we have done everything we could here, but ultimately we could not save our kind. I am overwhelmed with helplessness. I trust the words of Chatoya that someday our savior will appear. All I can do right now is pray. I am Targon, and I am utterly defeated. As I had said, they failed. Targon had the experience of being the heroic scientist that could not finish the project on time. Look at these waves of heat flowing through everything now. Starting to melt, you can see the water dripping. But because I've turned this place on, creatures are waking up, or their death is being confirmed. Controller terminal online. However, the device it controls is frozen and cannot be operated. Overweight shouldered. Okay. Wait, did that fire spread to a bunch of them? Neato. Heh. Fun. Full power restored. Caution, circuitry failures are causing dangerous electrical discharges. Be careful near high voltage currents and electrical arcs. Can I jump over this? I can. I kind of wish I could download all this data. Commencing the regenerative treatment of Subject 763. We've done everything we can. This will be the final attempt. Genetic adjustments are complete. Initiating injection of refined GE. Now. Abnormality with rapid cell proliferation has occurred. Suspend the sequence. No, it didn't work again. Treatment of Subject 763 has failed. Place the subject in the healing pod. I will inform Chitoya. How unfortunate. It didn't work again. What strange wording, I guess. Research Data Archive Terminal. Online. Data corrupted due to the deep freeze. Only the most recent recording can be accessed. These things spin! Even cooler! Imagine if this is what the inside of your PC looked like. Where does this go? Ooh. Cool. Look at that fan. That thing kind of looks unstable. I guess it would be after this long. As well as originally being frozen and suddenly superheated out of the blue. Yeah, they'd probably do it. Probably break a lot of things, actually. External temperature measurements. Average temperature of one cycle, 253.15 LK. Lowest temperature, 219.15 LK. Is that something to do with kelvins? Zelda She, can you see if LK is an actual measurement type for me, please? Security storage. Full power restored to the laboratory. Door sensor online and awaiting beam activation. Really? Nothing in any of these? Except some bugs? Huh. How do those bugs get in there, and how is there nothing in these?
Come back to the control room. I'm waiting for you upstairs.
I know. Chill out, dude. Make like this place and chill. Conduit access hatch. The blue light indicates it's online and unlocked. Internally installed camera data terminal. Drive damage. Data cannot be read. Cannot find a real-life equivalent for LK measurements. Can I jump that? Maybe I can't. Oh, can I get crafty? Oh, so close! Ah, dang it, it's so close. I can almost get crafty with it. Oh well. I wonder if there's a speedrunner strat to be found there. Anything behind these? Nope. All clear. Oh yeah, this is the gondola. I forgot. Cargo gondola lift. Currently online. Touch the hologram to initiate travel. It's such a short point of travel. They really could have just finished the tunnel instead. Now that's more like it. Terminal online and functional. However, the link device is frozen and malfunctioned. The activation hologram will not display. Shutter terminal online and operational. However, the circuitry connected to the shutters has been damaged by the deep freeze, rendering the controls ineffective.
What the? Something triggered the alarm. I can't override security.
Why do these look golden? Wonder if it was a security point before accessing one of the deepest parts of the lab. Maybe, but they still could have just kept the hallway going and added doors and a security checkpoint room instead of a gondola. Door sealed with an emergency security shutter. The shutter will release once the emergency has resolved. Forces me to go this way. Once again, very cool views outside here.
I'm not sure what's happening. This whole facility just went into lockdown.
Cryopod running on normal power. The rapid increase in room temperature has caused the pod to malfunction and its internal temperature is rising. Gee, I wonder what that could mean. They're not screeching anymore. No life signs detected. Bulk cryopod storage in full power mode. Internal pod temperatures are rising with the room temperature. Several pods are reporting system errors. Destroyed cryopod. The hatch has been forced open from the inside. Something broke out. Like this. Frostburn Griever, not to be confused with the Pokemon from Pokemon Uranium. Which also uses a lot of black and green. Griever variant awakened from cryopreservation. I almost said cryodepression. The preservation liquid used has resulted in a loss of pigmentation, though their aggressive nature remains. I wonder what cryodepression would look like. No, why did I say that? I wonder what cryodepression would mean. And I wonder what the Lemorn would look like if they were revived from these grievers. Those were the two thoughts I had at the same time. Can you tell I'm just a little bit tired? Frostburn Grievers are those that have been revived from cryopreservation. Prolonged submersion in preservation liquid has leached all pigmentation from their skin, resulting in a pale gray appearance. Physical adaptations have also occurred, increasing resilience to extreme cold, yet weakening them against high heat. Their high aggression and agility are retained from before cryopreservation, spurring them to track and attack prey in every corner of the facility. Perhaps owing to their near-simultaneous awakening, these grievers frequently move in groups, though no individual appears to be leading them. So it seems like those grievers make weird warbly noises in that psychic thing. Note, the screech is still there. It's just not as audible. Excuse me, can you, like, actually take the hit, please? What's the point in having a charge shot if the only things that can withstand one shot of this gun just move? This guy's clever. He stays at a distance and provides supportive fire. Ow. I see that up there. I don't think I can reach it, but... Nope. Not currently, anyway. Not through that method. It's gotta be through this one, which I can't do.
What's happening down there?
Samus, respond, gosh dang it. I know you technically don't have to, but military protocol says yes. Now that's more like it. Storage shutter destroyed. The damage appears to have been caused by physical force. Operates Basale system. Currently online. A circuitry failure is preventing display of its control hologram. That's what you get for relying on holograms for controls instead of solid buttons. Holograms as controls should only be a thing in mechanics like what Tony Stark works with, where you're manipulating the hologram itself and the controls are related to that. But using hologram controls for a physical object, kind of ridiculous. At least in the case of all you're really doing is pushing buttons, kind of ridiculous. If you're still doing something like Tony Stark, where you're like sticking your hand in a holographic glove, yeah, sure, keep the holograms. All life signs have ceased. No data from body temperature, pulse, breathing, or blood pressure. Currently operating full power mode. Can't do anything with it. So, in other words, what a weird room. Light maintenance tank inactive. A powerful impact has damaged its internal circuitry. Reboot impossible. Security shutter damaged. It appears to have been torn off using enough physical force to break it entirely. That, thank you. Cryopod tracking terminal. Monitors the specimen inside the socketed pods. Last use unknown. Ah, so if one is on fire and touches another one, the second one also catches fire. I really like that. That's some good game design right there. I guess all those droids are gold and I just didn't notice. Seems like it. Very neat. Looks like my kind of drone. Data Terminal C manages cryopods in the storage room. Data Terminal B used for communicating with the surgery room. Last use unknown. Data Terminal A monitors the recovery room. No data retrievable. Debris is blocking the door sensor. Strong impact will remove it. Not a strong pull? Why did the Grievers rip it open and then patch it back up? That's weird. The noise here is loud. Oh, come on, let me in. Well, I saw the way in. Ow, where did you come from? Up there, maybe? They broke something. Oh, they busted out of here. Got it. And now I can do this. Oh, what are these 12-hour shifts done to me? I can barely make it to midnight without starting to fall asleep. Manages inventory for materials and equipment kept beyond the security gate. Inventory data lost.
Oh no. They're in the wall.
What? Did that one split into two? I think it did. What do we find down here? Nothing of note. Got it. That screeching noise they make in the music sounds a lot like the noise from the cryopods earlier. I wonder if the screeches we hear is just their psychic patterns from being transformed into beasts. We hear them when we find them, whether or not they're dead. Blockage primarily consists of materials impervious to beams and explosives. Physical force is required. So in other words, Samus usually just blows things up because she's lazy. And another missile expansion. I think shot expansions would be preferred, but whatever floats your boat. Map station! Could I have gotten this earlier and I just totally spaced? Then again, with all the power off, maybe not. I wonder if part of me being tired is also the fact that I'm just crazy comfortable right now. So yeah, this part of the game is definitely taking longer than I thought it would. Provide surveillance oversight for the 4 laboratory research rooms. Systems are down due to long-term exposure to extreme cold. Provide surveillance oversight for the 4 laboratory research rooms. Linked to the floor security terminal. The system is currently down.
They're coming for me! Going off comm. Meet you upstairs.
Why is that there? Where does this lead? Aw. Ammo behind you? Where was that at? Was that before I came into this hole? Way behind now? Oh shoot. I'll go back and get it. I think.
Samus, you made it. Let's take care of this. They don't like fire. They're coming with the best.
There they are.
Got one.
You jerk! Stop dodging! He's getting assaulted over here.
Target down.
Glad you're still around, Takabi.
Solid work, Samus. Power's back online. Feels like the heat is too. Might be what's drawing those strange creatures. You'll be able to use that elevator now. It'll give you access to the deepest level. I'll hang back and try to open the gate from up here. The
rest is up to you.
Okay, let's see if I can get back to that ammo. Hey! What is this craziness? This is pretty neat. Okay, where was this ammo at, Zelda Chic? Fell from up there? I don't remember doing that. How do I get out of here? In the hall with the hand doors? Was it in one of the rooms? Or was it somewhere in these halls? Looks like it may have despawned. Oh, was it just regular ammo? I thought you meant it was an ammo expansion. That I somehow hadn't noticed. Oh, well, never mind then. I swear I was able to skip that charge up time. Guess not. Maybe I was just a dunce again, not paying attention. Alright, I think it's final boss time for this place. Large elevator for wheeled vehicles, built to support extreme weight, currently online, operated by touching the central hologram. Now, hopefully, I think I'm going to finish this place and then call it instead of, like, going back to base and such first. I'm not sure. Well, I guess I do have a little bit of time, and I don't need to spend a lot of time in the desert anymore. Hopefully, by Sunday of next week, I won't be working 12s anymore. Large elevator for wheeled vehicles, built to support extreme weight, currently offline. Reboot required before it can be used. Vehicle bay gate. It cannot be opened while the lock unit is in place. Wheeled vehicle storage management terminal. Logs vehicles entering and exiting the vehicle bay. Online. However, the controls are inoperable due to the deep freeze. So if I unlocked this, would that give me a shortcut? Security gate for large wheeled vehicle elevator. Opens or closes based on the status of the elevator. The elevator can be activated using the linked device. Save room! Oh, please, no more scans. Vault hatch. Material storage for maintaining the underground dome. Completely frozen. It cannot be moved. Underground dome lock. Disengage. Input terminal A. Requires password input to disengage the locking bolt and open the door. Link to terminal B. Both terminals must disengage their locks simultaneously. Alternatively, after the clamps have been manually released, the gate can also be opened from the terminal in the control room. Dome Surveillance System Terminal A collects uploaded surveillance and environmental data from inside the dome. No abnormalities detected. Surveillance System Terminal B operates surveillance and environmental controls within the dome. No hazardous life forms detected. Underground dome lock disengage input terminal B. Link to terminal A. After the clamps have manually released, the gate can be opened from the terminal in the control room. Quarantine chamber for dangerous bioforms. Bioforms considered too difficult to control in a laboratory setting are kept in a special underground containment facility built into a natural cavern. The entry gate is secured with 2 clamps. Once the clamps are manually released, the gate can be opened by 2 staff simultaneously operating as control terminals or remotely from the control room.
I tried to open that gate, but it won't respond. See?
Heavy clamp used to secure the door. In the event the release mechanism becomes non-functional, it can be pulled.
That did the trick.
What a satisfying clunk noise it makes when you release the locks. All that to cover a wall with a little door in it. Neat. Most likely to prevent anything from breaking through that wall. Controls the quarantine access lift used for moving supplies and staff. The lift has been removed with reinstallation still pending. Railing for guiding a lift. Analysis implies it would move using the grooves along the sides. The railing forms a U-shaped slope. Dangerous Bioform Research Terminal. Collects research data on bioforms quarantined inside the dome. The surveillance system terminal also keeps a backup. Now, for what I remember being actually a really fun boss fight. I just hope I'm not too tired to appreciate it this time around. Look at this guy go! Sonic the Hedgehog got cold. Also, look at those eyes. What a crazy eye design. Crustacean morphology. Keratos. A giant cingulata-like organism covered in a hard shell. Only lives in extremely frigid areas and is capable of creating ice from air moisture. It possesses sensory organs below the carapace on its head and opens its shell to identify enemies or attack with its mouth. Metroid fusion has altered its body composition, leaving its core completely exposed. Keratos is a giant cingulata-like creature, double Samus's height, inhabiting Ice Belt. Its body is covered in a hard outer shell that resembles the peak of an iceberg and is impervious to firearms. Behind the shell segment on its head are sensory organs and a mouth. This shell segment opens when it wants to identify prey, at which point it will spit icy boulders. If the sensory organs behind the shell are significantly harmed, Keratos is known to enter an agitated state. It will curl into a ball, spin, and launch itself at its attacker. Fusion with a Metroid has also altered its body, completely exposing its abdominal core. Unique hybridization means Keratos is a one-of-a-kind mutant being. It was highly intelligent and could communicate its will to Lemorn priests. Sadly, Metroid Fusion has irreversibly altered its consciousness and body composition. I like what it does with those ice beams. Not bad. Big ol' shockwave. I forgot I can do that too. Interesting movement pattern. So I'm accidentally activating the movement controls on my Switch controller. I'm shifting my position a little bit. There we go. Lasers! I like that shot didn't take any of my ammo. I keep thinking he's getting charged up to hit the wall with that one, but he's not. Excuse me, can you get out of my face, please? Break! There we go. I'm having such a hard time keeping my eyes open, man. I shouldn't be, but I am. Oh, it kept going that time. Woo! Aw, dang it, it actually got me. I think it tries it again. Yeah. Alright, I think one more phase should do it. Sidestep. Sidestep. You can't hit me. That was close. Come on, Keratos. Here we go. Last phase. Ah. How did I take almost no damage from that? Did I happen to pick up some healing stuff at the same time? I wonder how Keratos helped out the Lemorn when it could communicate. Was it a test subject, or did it give advice? Or did it help out in the field outside the base? I doubt that, though, because it's deep underneath it. And here we have the Psychic Boost Ball. Enables the Morph Ball to generate rotational momentum, which can then be unleashed as a surge of speed. For a second I was thinking it was a Spider Ball, and I'm like, wait, no, that can't be right. Why would I need rotational energy for Spider Ball other than just small rotational energy to climb? Psychic Boost acquired! It's just the regular Boost Ball, but the Psychic version. To be fair, they need to keep Lemorn-made technologies in the Lemorn style, but still. Spinner for activating a sacred shrine. A fast-moving sphere moving inside a loop can turn the rotary switch, which operates the pedestal. Thankfully, you can be a little more frivolous with your boost speed. Ah, there's the key. But maybe I should go back to bed first and get the key next time. Oh, but I didn't save the game. That wouldn't work, but would it? Nah, here we go. You see where Kratos blasted the floor? Or no, is this actually... This is a psychic formation. Okay, interesting.
You've done well.
All good?
I'll meet you up top.
The tempered glass of the vault hatch is fractured. A powerful impact will shatter it. Oh, that would have been handy to have before the boss fight. Whoops. Ad break starting shortly. Almost perfect timing. Ah, why ah? Why you say the ah? Just cause. Ah! There's my response. Other than the question, that is. Spinner operation complete. Large elevator for wheeled vehicles, built to support extreme weight, online and functional, currently stopped on the lowest floor. Check out that elevator tunnel, that looks neat. Up we go! Goodness, that's a heavy-duty elevator. I love it. That's an elevator I think I can trust. Even more than current elevators.
Looks like you got what you came for. A message came
How
through
can you
station
tell?
radio while you were gone. Somebody named Specialist Mackenzie. He sent over the coordinates for base camp, so I'll be on my way soon. Now, I've been on a lot of missions. This has always protected me. May Solon light your path. You go on ahead. There's a healing pod up here, and I'll be as good as new in no time.
Why didn't you use it before? Was it just because the power wasn't on, I guess? See, now, when I first saw that cutscene, I thought he was going to take a cryo chip out of that arrowhead thing, because I didn't yet know that it was religious. I thought he was going to give me the cryo blaster, or whatever it's called. Nope. He was just giving me a little prayer. Sam is pointing at things. Monitors all materials and resources delivered to storage. Oh, sound is desynced. Hold on. It was synced up during the cutscene, wasn't it? Was that a sudden desync, or had it already declined? And I just hadn't noticed. Lamorne Healing Pod rapidly regenerates cells using nanotechnology mixed into a topical liquid culture, currently online.
This has been a rare treat to have seen the legendary bounty hunter Samus Aran in action.
Onward. There we go. Ad break has begun. Oh, other way. Have a good night, Faceless. Not having less strict timing on the boost ball repetition is so nice. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I want to do it again. Because that was funny. What? Hello? What's going on, fellas? We've seen multiple different kinds of morph ball cannons throughout the series, but none that are quite just a plate. Puh! It's like, at this point, why even have an entire field here to launch stuff across? Why not roll it out here, and like, why is this even here? Who's picking it up? What's even the point of this place other than to be a security checkpoint of some kind? It's the structure of this place is just a little bit weird when you really think about it. This room is also melting. Grapple crane control terminal controls the crane. It's online and operational. Activated by touching the hologram. Like so. Offline, a short circuit has caused a power failure. I like that it explained that instead of just, for some reason, shutting off. Circuitry from a cryopod's cooling system. The protective cover is missing, allowing it to be safely removed. Ice chip acquired. A chip made by the Lemorn. A Galactic Federation engineer level 4 or higher can modify this chip and integrate it into your suit. Welcome back, Zelda Sheik. I just got the cryo chip. Let's make our way back to Mackenzie and then call it. Ah, yeah, that's right. This is how we got all the way there from the desert. In a probably really long tram, if it manages to go from winter wastes all the way to a hot desert. I bet this tram ride is, like, canonically, like, an hour long. Huh, that one doesn't have the cool arm under it like the one in the lab did. Wait, what's over here? Ah, I do not have that yet. Ah, my eye. That's neat. Too bad I can't get up there currently. And let's see, where was... Entrance to Fury Green. That's where I want to go.
Congratulations, you got another teleporter key. 2 keys left. And it looks like you found more Lemorn technology in Icebelt. I might be able to help you. Can you bring it back to base camp? By the way, I saw the data you acquired. I can't believe that Grievers used to be Lemorn.
I don't want to open the map. I know where I'm going. I ain't dumb. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm drunk. I keep accidentally wavering in my path like that, so I was just making fun of it. I don't know how much of that wavering was me being tired or just having some lazy fun. With how much Samus gets shot out of a cannon, she'd probably be a good circus performer. I just realized, despite having been to circuses within the last, I want to say 10 years, multiple circuses probably, I don't recall seeing a cannon launch. Maybe there was one at the first circus I've been to in the last 10 years. Definitely not at the one tonight. I've also never seen a strongman show up at a circus. They still have archers, but no strongmen. Tonight's archer was really cool. He did stuff with regular bows and crossbows, and the crossbow stuff usually involved chain reactions. Like firing 3 crossbows at once while they're stacked on top of each other. Alright, Mackenzie. What you got for me?
Samus. Come on, show me what you found in Icebelt. All right, let's take a look. Okay. Dude. Hello, friend. Okay. Analysis first. Oh, this is fascinating. It looks like this program inverts the energy emitted from the device. That means if I reprogram this and set it into your arm cannon, you should be able to use a new shot type.
The gun is shaped like an oval now! What an interesting new shape. Ice shot. I can freeze things now, at long last.
Use Ice Shot. It temporarily freezes the target when hit. You can freeze living organisms to stop their movement. And you should be able to use it on high temperature objects like magma to freeze it for a short period of time by lowering its surface temperature. If you find anything else, bring it into me. I'm sure I can turn it into something useful.
I like that he doesn't flinch at the gun spasming 2 inches from his face. Yeah, that's true. He's so used to machines that it just doesn't occur to him, I guess. Yeah, look at the different ways that this thing transforms. I love that you can see the front of the gun expand vertically for some reason. And there it is. Our ice shot. I might be able to keep going a little longer to get the ice shot charge shot and find that see Sanctum of the Guardians, Ceremonial Chamber, Sacred Flame Ceremony, that's what I wanted.
Freeze them all up with ice shots.
You can do the old 1-2 punch with nearly anything that lets you freeze the enemy. Just freeze them and blow them up. Or freeze them and punch them. Or however the game has you do it. It's a very satisfying combination. Never quite gets old. Platform created from porous rocks with little mass, set atop a fountain spout. It will rise as water pushes up from the spout. Pumice? Fountain with a psychic moat socket. Its water is sourced from beneath the temple. While a moat is socketed, it spouts water at a fixed pressure. Like a river that flows along the land, water travels within living things, bestowing its life-giving moisture. The freezing of flowing water is precisely how one's first steps are to be taken. Remember this. So in other words, when you have a kid, make sure your kid doesn't learn how to walk until you can find ice. Understand this, you who command the power of ice. To steal heat from every object of the world is an act to bring about stillness. Freezing the water carried in all who live will blow out the candle of life. Do not forget this. No? Why not? Ah, there we go. It had to be able to waver, I guess. What? Hold on. What am I missing? No, not what I meant to do. Nope, not how that works. Ah, okay, I see what's going on. Now I can get up here. There we go! Another shot expansion acquired. There's the ice element. I forgot you were up there. Oh, he just straight up fell and died. Alright. I'll take that. Now let's go find the ice charge shot. And finally call it good. Excuse me. Hey there, Orange. You popped in earlier, didn't you? What you looking around at now? Oh wait, no, I need the bike. There we go. Much better. Does this thing leave cool tracks? Nah, not really. Were you watching, or did you only pop in to say hello and then you popped back out? I think that's the fire one. Alright, so somewhere this way. Oh, there's green crystals right here. I didn't expect to find any more anytime soon. So somewhere this way should be the next statue. More green crystals. Nailed it. I'm just keeping my eye out. Hello, beasties. Did I run into that one? And, like, cause damage doing so? It's just a Ladder of Thought Shrine. Source of Spring Shrine and Ring of Thunder Shrine. Okay, so I guess I actually need to go all the way over here to get what I'm looking for. Ice Blocker? I don't remember that. Well, I guess I do need to go this way anyway, because that's where the volcano is. So, it's all good. Did I see another set of crystals here? I did. Aw, I messed it up. Haha, nailed it. And that, thank you. I'm mostly going in the right direction, so I'll take it. Huh! Alright, I wasn't expecting that to happen. Big giant stalker wheel thing ran into the battery and exploded. Somebody clip that for me. If you can, if you know how. Okay, something said ice blocker here. Who, what, when, where, why? What is ice blocker? I don't see a blocker of anything over here. Ah! I don't think I've seen this before. Transport device designed using technology from both the machine and psychic eras. Release its lock unit to enable item transfer. Oh, what is this? Viola boost tank increases Viola's maximum boost by 1, also refills boosted capacity. Ooh! Neato! I've got double boosting now. Heck yeah, I did not know that was a thing in the game. I wonder if there's one more hidden somewhere. Aww. Oh, come on! Hit the big one! There we go. The zigzaggiest success known to man. Not what I meant to do. Are these birds up here symbolizing that there's something here in the desert? That'd be cool. Pulalesaurola. Oh my word, what a name. Pulalesaurola. Pulalesaurola, I think is how that's pronounced. Holy crap, whoever came up with this name spent a little too long in Hawaii. A bird variant with a hammer-like head shape with protrusions to either side. They are featherless and have wings made of a thin skin membrane. Polalesaurora, I keep thinking that's an O, are birds commonly found dancing in the skies above Soul Valley. They form flocks of up to several dozen and prey upon insects during flight. Their bodies are featherless and instead feature a thin membrane containing a vibrant red pigment that turns light into energy, meaning that as long as there is sunlight, they only ever need to stop for water. They will instinctively soar high into the sky in order to sunbathe. Their heads feature left and right protrusions, with eyes seated at either tip, ultimately giving them a full 360-degree view of their surroundings. Neato! Ah! I see. I had to block those so all the water comes out here and pushes this down. Interesting. Charged Ice Shot enhances the attack power of the Ice Shot. Charging first will launch a burst of rounds that ricochet. I don't think I actually got this in my other file. I don't remember. It's cool, though. Albeit a little chonky looking. Ooh, it glows. Bright as the sun. Take me 2 feet back outside. Woo! Yeah, I definitely did not get that on my last playthrough. That's neat. Ice is underrated. Don't get me wrong, fire and heat are awesome, but ice is underrated. Still out of scanning range. You are not still out of scanning range. I scanned the birds that were way up there. I'm right here. Viros has always been a harsh environment, and the Lemorns sought to ease suffering and bring prosperity to flora and fauna. In the volcano, we discovered green energy. which we were able to refine and use to shower the land and trigger an explosion of flora and fauna growth. But there was a tragedy we did not foresee. We were hunted to the brink of extinction. With nowhere else to hide, the last surviving 13 Lemorn took refuge in Chrono Tower. We sought our last remaining hope and deciphered the prophecy again. And we learned that you are the Lemorn's last hope, and you are the only one who can put them to rest. So they intended to provide growth and prosperity to the flora and fauna, but they didn't know the green energy would transform themselves as well. Emergency situation detected. Viola spinner temporarily locked. The lock will release once the emergency has been resolved. What's happening? Oh, is it just these bugs? Guess that was it. Just some bugs. That's frustrating. Zoom it! Yep, that is exactly what I said, Orange. Neato. I'm trying to remember what Jontron's Zagat was in reference to. And what it meant. Look at that, just sagging. That probably could have been animated better in the modern day, I gotta say. Ah well. Maybe it's trickier than I would expect. Ow, what the... Really? I stepped on it? Ah, yes, that's where the crane was. That's right. Okie dokie! It is 1:46 a.m. I am tired! And I also just remembered I went to the wrong place. So actually, I'm going to go to the correct place before I continue, before I call it. Gosh dang it. Hold on. This is gonna take a minute. I can freeze lava now, but my bike can't cross it yet. Open the door, come on, there we go. Zoom it again! Alright, I need to go to the Volt Forge again. Did I see more green crystals around here? I did, right there.
The branch broken at the flare facility. You'll need to find some way to cross the lava lake. I believe upgrading the Viola suit allows you to unlock additional functions of the Viola. Want to try visiting the forge?
Hang on. There we go. Oh, I miss these little ones. Ah, screw it. Okay, that is the correct direction. There's a little baby one. Any more little baby crystals hanging out somewhere? You know what? I bet these will offer more crystals, but I don't have what I need to break them yet. Yo, these birds are cool. We're buds. Ah, there's the towers. I never noticed them from this far away. Way over there, amidst that storm. I guess I didn't need this, but oh well. Gimme you. Nailed it. Hello. You're the first example of your species that I've actually found. Where'd you go? Come on. No, stop scanning the wheel thing. Aeronaut, a prototype anti-griever weapon developed by the Lemorn after the Great Tragedy. They were never deployed in battle. The Aeronaut is an anti-Sandgriever battle mechanoid designed by surviving Lamorne technicians following the Great Tragedy. Its large anti-gravity engine and 7 attitude control wings allow for exceptional aerial maneuvering. When its hull-mounted camera identifies a Griever, it begins a continual bombardment of the area using delayed-action energy bombs. However, the Lamorne detested using aggressive attacks on Grievers, and so avoided deploying the Aeronaut in battle. And now we know why they detested it. Well, that was neat. I'd like to get these, please. Can you die already? Holy cow! Thank you. It was like, oh yeah, I was supposed to die quicker than that. I need electricity for that. Okay. Whoop. Sorry, this isn't motocross. I'm not going to be doing any half pipes with the bike. One more time! We're back to the cool music. And I can do... Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. Did I miss a skin? A scan, perhaps? Yeah, did I miss a skin? Spinner used for moving a container arm. The arm controlled by the spinner is set to move counterclockwise along the rail. But this one's stuck in place. So what I need to do is move this around and smack it a few times. I don't know if there's a specific threshold. There we go. Come on, a little more. It's really annoying how this one works. It took me a long time to realize I really did just need to keep slamming it. Five more missiles. I thought it was 10. Oh well.
With your new abilities, are there any devices in there you can activate here? You may need to explore the other towers.
You can see him moving bikes between the towers. Alright, let's see. Nope, not what I needed. Let's see, is it at the next tower? Oh, I got a lot of missiles out of that for some reason. There we go. Keep pressing the wrong buttons, gosh dang it. I don't remember, I think this gives us a slight visual adjustment. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of blue in the lights now, I guess. Neato. Viola IC suit acquired. It almost looks like voltaic. Which is fitting, actually. Suit upgraded with increased resistance to heat from molten rock. Specifically, heat from the oven it will not protect you from. Enables Viola to transform into IC mode automatically, which allows it to travel over magma and lava. Now I can go to the volcano and call it. I bet the folks who worked here had a blast. I forgot I could ride on out of here. I don't... Oh gosh dang it, I have to care about you. Alright, let's do this. Dang it. Ah. You got me with something. What? The door is green. Why is the door green? I thought I remembered it saying ice messes with this thing, but maybe it was electricity. Ow! I didn't remember it being capable of that. Makes sense, though. Let me read this while I remember. Emergency situation detected. Wheeled vehicle gate temporarily sealed. The seal will release once the emergency has been resolved. Ah, that's what's going on. I definitely didn't scan that in my other run. Oh, it's doing this thing again. Not good. Can I stop the charge? No. Oh, dang it. Too many robots messed me up. This formation is the ideal one for hitting these nodes, though. Oh, for a second I thought I hit the robots again. Get out of the way! Sweet. Oh my gosh. I just want to go to the next zone, dang it. Highly doubt this is gonna work, but let's find out. Nope. Ruined it. I didn't realize it was charging that up. There we go. Perfect. Not what I meant to do, but I'll take it. Is it done? There we go, finally. Gosh, those things are such tanks. Zoom it again! Is this turning into a catchphrase? Yeah, look at that blue and purple marbling in the light. It's actually really neat. I don't think I noticed it on my first playthrough that they had added blue to the colors. But that looks really good, actually. No catchphrase here. We zoomed it, now we zag it. See, I believe now I go over here. Yeah. Go back to the last catchphrase. Well, that wasn't supposed to be a catchphrase. That was me kind of making a joke. And like I said, a JonTron reference. Now we really are zooming. Goodness. I think it's over here. No idea who JonTron is. JonTron was the original Not-So-Grump of the Game Grumps duo, and then he left the show a year in to go to work on his own projects, because he has his own channel where he makes similarly goofy content. At the time, it was video game content, but over the years it's changed to just the most random things he can find, such as KFC reviews, I think, was one of them. Really funny guy, though, and really good quality for his video work. I'll share you a clip or a video after I end this stream here. Because JonTron's a guy worth seeing if you want to see a whole lot of old meme references that he started. He started a lot of memes. Like the old "what the frick is a Sonic?" I think that was him too. Come on, open the door. Bounce. That was interesting. I thought freezing and missiling it would blow it up non-violently, but I guess I was wrong. Alright, now I'll call it here. And next time, we'll explore a volcano with a giant artillery cannon in it. I'm excited. For now, thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You may find my YouTube and Discord in my Twitch profile, or if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, you may find my Twitch at TheWinterPrince52. Also, YouTubers, please like, comment, and subscribe, especially the comments, because I love to converse with my fans. Thanks again, everyone. I love you all, and have a wonderful rest of your evening. Good night.